I kind of want to switch gears here. A lot of times,
we'll cut it out.
It's episode 8.
Hey,
we
y'all.
really miss y'all.
This episode
really
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm sitting here with my co-host Slimmy.
What's happening, world?
And I'm Latasha Marie. You know about what's going on in today's world. So remember, you can subscribe.
One other thing I kind of want to switch gears here. A lot of times in relationships, especially relationships that are on the decline, a lot of people think that sex can save a marriage. And
What's going on, world? This is season 2. I'm just saying.
Woo!
I'm your boy Slimmy. We done made it 2 seasons, and this is my co-host Tasha Marie. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying. We got a crazy subject. You know what I'm saying. We talking about baby mamas, baby daddies, and how this go on, and the way the men feel about it. You know what I mean. I'm gonna speak for the fellas, and Tasha Marie gonna speak for the females.
I got y'all. You know I got y'all.
Yeah, no.
I got y'all. I got y'all.
Nah. I really feel like when it comes down to it, sorry ladies, but I'm doing it for the fellas. Y'all can talk to me later. But I feel like when it comes down to child support and females, I feel like females get away with murder because they get to take the man money and do what they want to do with it. You know what I mean? And regardless if it's for the kids or if it's not, they get to go to the clubs. You be seeing them on cruises. They be out there, turn up, turn up, turn up. And we be looking like, I think I just helped finance that. You know what I mean? And so we'll be like, try to figure out a way to get out of it. And then we do try to figure out a way to get out of it because she want to turn up. We try to make her turn down. Not because we want to make her turn down. We just got to make her turn down because you turning up with my money. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about it. So how you feel about it? Okay. Not all women though. Not all women.
Because you know I was about to get right to it. It's not all women. That's number 1. Number 2, everybody's not turning up with child support money. I'm going to be honest. There's still good women out here that take the money and support their children the way they're supposed to. They work hard. They do what they need to do, responsible, you know, and tend to those kids daily, especially if they're the primary care provider. Then you can't question what she does with that money if she's the sole provider. Like all you give is support every month through a check. If she's there with them day, night, you know, when they're sick, taking them to their doctor's appointments, taking them to their dental appointments, buying their clothes, buying their shoes. They laying her, you know, in their beds every night. They're using her utilities, her lights, her water bill when they showering, bathing, getting drinks of water, whatever. That is money that mother is putting towards the livelihood of that child. So it's kind of a thin line with that subject because, again, when you got, you know, moms mainly, at least I can speak for myself, mothers like myself that are the main care provider for their children, you do everything. You do it all. The sleepless nights, you know, taking them to the ER, you know, any little thing that goes on with your child, field trips, you know, make sure that they field trip money. You know, if they're doing extracurricular activities outside of, you know, home and, you know, school, and they're doing like ballet, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, you know, that's money. They need uniforms, they need shoes. I'm telling you. So the list, I can go on, y'all, for real, for real.
Look,
so with that being said, if you are that mom that's holding it down primarily for your child, and the only thing that father does is send a check every month, you don't have to question or decide to wonder what she's doing with that money. Because best believe the money is going to the child.
Okay.
Even if they go on a cruise.
Well, what about me? Well, okay. Well, check it
Even
out,
if they go on a cruise.
Look. No.
They got utility bill. They still got a utility bill. They got to pay rent every month.
I'm going cruise too.
Okay, but what I'm saying, if all you're doing is sending a check.
No, that's.
And she is doing everything else. No. Then you don't need to question what she does.
She's supposed to do everything else. If she now if you yeah.
And it should be a divide though. It shouldn't just be the woman being the only one doing it.
It's easy for you to say that it's supposed to be a divide if the child is in your care. So it's easy for you to say that it's supposed to be a divide when the divide is automatically more on your side. So therefore, you already got her all the time, already got your kids all the time. So therefore, it's easy for you to say, we're going to divide this and we got to divide that. No matter what, it's never divided if the kids is in your possession. Certain things that you feel like that they want, you're going to announce it out to them.
So how would a child be in the possession of just the mother if the father isn't taking any objective to get that child?
If the child, you might get them, but guess what? When you get them, guess what you got to do at the end of the time? Where they go to school at, where their address at. So therefore, they have to be back at that time. So therefore, it's never really divided. I'm gonna tell you how it can be divided after you're done. Because it's 7 days in a week.
True.
So
but do we not have school?
It's never
equal. With every school year, there's summer, right? So you can say, hey,
summer's only 2 months.
At the end of the day, still, it's something had to be agreed with holidays, summer. Equipped with her having them throughout the school year. Hey, you can say, I'll give them for the summer. You get them throughout the school year, and then of course I'll get them on, certain holidays. Not all of them, but some of them to split it and be even.
My point exactly, but at the end of the day, summer is 2 months. So at the end of the day, is it really divided? It's more divided on y'all end more than it is on, unless the man has custody of the kids. If he got full custody of the kids, it's mostly divided on their end.
But you're only saying that from the perspective of school. That's an automatic though. Unless you get joint custody.
How can you not if the kids go to school in their possession of the lady, so they have to be in their facility where they
not necessarily, Slimmy. Listen, let me tell you.
If you got work,
you can have your kids over your house half the week and say, I'll take them to school for 4 days out this week. And then you can take them for the remainder.
It all depends on what time you have to be at work.
So then that's a personal problem.
No, that's
because as a single mother, as a mother that's been doing it on my own for 7 years, let me tell you, I have to figure it out. I don't have an option to say, oh well, my job is earlier or sooner than the girls got to be to school, so automatically they go with their mom. That's not what a single mom. Let me tell you what a single mom has to do. Okay, so my kid got to be at school by 9:15. So you know what a single mom got to do? We got to figure it out. Whether that's somebody dropping them off every day, they still in my possession the whole entire day prior until someone has to take them to school or they ride the bus, or I have to go to my job, my manager at the job and say, hey, I'm a single parent. This is I have full custody of my child. I need my schedule to be pushed back to this and this amount of time every morning, or at least 3 to 4 days a week, so I can take my kid to school.
And you know what? And guess what? No boss men, when you go to say that to them, due to the fact that you're a female, y'all looked at it as being a little more. They have more compassion for you. But last time I went and told my boss man, hey man, I need a day off to take my kids to go do something. They were like, nigga, have your ass in work tomorrow and you figure it out. You know what I mean? So therefore, with a female, y'all don't understand how much compassion and how much leniency y'all got.
Not really.
You crazy.
Not all the time. In some cases, yes, but not all the time. Not all the time. It's not like we're using our womanly woes to get what we want. It's more of a, when you have full custody of that child or those children, you have to figure it out. You don't have an option to say. So if that boss man said it, guess what? There are so many other jobs in your field that you can go and apply for other ones and doing the same thing you're doing now and say, hey, but this is what I need though.
Oh, no.
And when you go into an interview, they say, is there anything, specific?
Yeah, they ask you that.
Yeah. And then what you tell them is,
we gotta lie, because if we don't lie and tell them everything they want to hear, we might not get the job. And guess what? It's child support on us. So therefore, we gotta tell them what they want to hear, so we can get in there to make sure we get some money. Because if we not, then the police is gonna come and take our license, lock us up for 30 days, and get back out. And we still owe money for bad child support, even though we done did time served. So therefore, me ain't gotta go through certain things in certain situations. And most of the time, a lot of times when a man do get the child in his possession, he don't even put the baby mama on child support. He just take it and run with it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like the government, not all females, so y'all don't even take me like that. But the government pay, like, if you have a baby by a female, say for instance, like if you go out in the night and you go start and you bang 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 bang, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm pregnant. And she be like, oh yeah, he got a good job, because that's the reason why I laid down with him. And yeah, he ain't to put no condom on, I ain't even make him. So now I got him. So, and he got a good job, so I want some of that. So now we got to deal with it, because we made that mistake that night. And guess what? Now she's on government assistance, and she get to go home and be at home every day. And the government say, now, since you went there and had fun that night, and she had fun too, now you got to work for the rest of you got to work for at least 18 years to pay her. But she laid down here fun too, and now she get an apartment, get the kids, and I got to pay for her to live. And if she don't pay, well, I feel like this: if I got to go to work and you get child support from me, you need to go to work too. Period. Because if I got to do it, why you ain't got to do it? They give you a apartment.
I totally agree with what you're saying.
Oh my!
There is nothing in me that's gonna support a woman not working, but for me, there's no option. I'm a single parent.
Oh yeah.
So there's no option for me to decide, I don't even want to go to work for the next 10 months. Let me sit down and collect some child support. I don't have that option. Yeah. Even if I did have that coming in, I'm still going to keep my day-to-day job, my main, 40 hours a week paid job. That's right. So that's not, again, that's not going to change. What I'm saying is I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
But in most cases, I know, the females I know that receive child support, they still work their full 40-hour jobs.
I respect them too.
They still take care of their kids, and they pay all their bills. They're not looking for a handout. They're just looking for the father really to be responsible and hold some type of, accountability for taking part in creating a life. You help create a life that needs support. They need things. That's a given. I definitely so agree. It's only right for that father to be a part of. But you got to also think about it from this perspective too. When we get pregnant, it's not easy.
Oh no.
We gaining weight. We getting stretched. Some of us getting stretch marks. Some of us, our ankles swell up 2, twice, 3 times the size. We, moody, craving. Some of us even have issues with keeping our food down. For months, just sometimes morning sickness. Sometimes a whole entire 9 months of morning sickness. So it's not a walk in a park where you just can, twirl around on ballerina shoes and everything is just, Krispy Kreme. It's not that. Let me tell you, we go through a lot, not only while we're pregnant, but even after the pregnancy. We have a risk of having postpartum depression.
I know, but
and with that being said, it's emotionally draining as well when you're carrying a child. So believe me, it's nothing that's easy about being pregnant. Some women have easy pregnancies, but most pregnant women that I've spoken to or that I know have had their fair share of sickness and emotional depression even after the baby. So again, it's a lot that your body goes through, even on a hormonal level. You gotta understand that it's just if you do confront a situation like you said where there's women that are out to get you, because there are women out there like that, just like there are men that are out there like that, believe it or not.
Yeah, but it's like this: even if a man is out there to get y'all and he is trying to trap y'all off, it'll backfire on him, because y'all still to be like, well, I'm gonna get rid of your ass and still put you on child support, and now you trapped me, but now I still done trapped you. So y'all win either way.
It's
like, man, the government pay y'all to kick us out.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, they not all y'all. It's like y'all can make it without us regardless, because if y'all got our child, we still gotta give you something. If we want to have something in life, we still gotta pay you, plus still do what we need to do on the other end. Still gotta come back and give you something. And the money that we might pay you, we would not have to pay you we do not, the money that we give, we feel like if the child was in the house, we probably wouldn't spend as much. Because guess what? It's easy for you to figure it out when you got this face over here with you every day that you love so much. You want to figure it out for them. But okay, now we ain't even got the face with us, and we still got to pay for it. Like, but we love the child too, but we look like, I don't even get to see it every day. So that inspiration that y'all get to go all crazy and everything, we ain't even got it. We just got to pay for it and know that we love them. But you get to look in their eyes every day. And so if a man come to like, F my baby mama, I can see how he can say F my baby mama. Especially if he really care. A dude will say F his baby mama and not care, and he won't even see the kid. But if a dude, I can call, let's say for instance, me and my ex, we get in an argument. Okay. I can say F her right now, because I don't see my kids the way I need to. Because I mean that, but not because F her and F the kids. I could be like F you because you getting the privilege that you get to get inspired. You get to wake up every morning and get to look at these babies and raise them and be like, oh, I got that extra ambition because I'm looking at you and I got to provide for you. I wake up without my kids and be like, I got to get it because I got to pay for my kids. And I don't see them, so I got to go pick them up and bring them over here because I do care. But it's some dudes that don't care, so therefore I can't speak for them. But for the dudes that do care, you don't, when you wake up and you don't see them babies,
right?
You got to still go out here and do it. And then we make one wrong move, and you be like, the female be like, oh, you ain't do this and do that. You ain't understand. I'm like, man, I know a dude down the street, and if the stuff you coming at me with, I really want to get back at you, but I love the babies too much not even to get back at you, so I'm going to do my thing. But the way, it's like if tables turn, then you will understand how, I can see how a dude could really just say, forget the kids, but I can't because I love mine. But exactly. I can see how they could if their heart was cold. You know what I mean? But my heart can never be that cold because I love mine, but I can understand like I got this deadbeat daddy and this and that, but he was a deadbeat now, but when you was with him, he wasn't like that. But now since you done did something to him and relationships go bad and then people turn but guess what? When the tables turn and like men might cheat or whatever, and then the female at the end of the day, if you got a kid by him, you can take it and flip it away where you can hurt him. But he can't hurt you no more because you got his prized possession, and you can hurt him in a way that he just be like, some dudes can't take it. And so therefore, that's who I'm speaking for. I ain't speaking for the dudes that can, because the dudes that can, they doing it. Regardless how stressful it is, they do it. But dudes see things in a certain kind of way, and women, y'all, they come out of y'all. So therefore, y'all already is the bonded to them. But they come from us first and come to you and bam, but you birth them. So therefore, a man can walk away a little easier because they didn't ever come out of us. But a person that love them and really want to be that, they gonna stick in there regardless. You know what I mean? But it don't be easy sometimes.
I understand, but if you look at life in general, nothing in life is easy.
No.
Everything in life, you know, especially if it's something that's rewarding in the end, you're going to have to work for it. Yeah. Again, I think I've said this before in season 1. You got to put something out there to get something back in return. Another point I want to bring up too, Slimmy, is men gotta, this goes back to, again, taking accountability and responsibility for your actions. You have to be responsible for the fact that it wasn't bump her when you were in her bed every night. It wasn't bump her when you were doing what you were doing sexually to that woman. It wasn't bump her then. It wasn't bump her when you were sliding in her DM. And it wasn't bump her when you were sliding in under her sheets at night. And so again, you gotta be you gotta take responsibility for your actions. Again, you laid down with this woman. Nobody put a gun to your head and say, you know, do what you do, slide in her DM and be in her bedroom within a month. No one told you to do that.
Nah, ain't nobody tell you to do that. But
again, you gotta but
that's what we do.
Oh, okay.
We slide in DMs.
You slide in DMs, you slide in thighs, and when you slide in thighs and get somebody pregnant.
Oh no, because some don't be thighs. It be some females that
I said thighs.
Oh, you said
not thighs. So when you slide in thighs,
Hey.
when you slide in between the breasts,
Man.
then and then when things happen, when there are consequences for your actions, then you get upset and mad with the female, and then you want to say, bump my baby mama, bump this person, bump the mother of my children.
Because a female say that.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying females don't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be a responsible adult and say to yourself, if I'm gonna say bump this person after the fact of having a child or children with this individual, then I should have been saying bump this person before I ever had anything with them at all.
No, you can't say that.
Before, I'm serious. That goes back to being responsible.
It's like this.
That goes back to being responsible. It's like, I put myself in this predicament. I laid down with her. I laid down with him, and okay.
That if you say bump somebody before you start, that make you not be human, because human is supposed to let your guard down. You're supposed to, you know what I mean? So therefore, you can't say nobody bump nobody. You know what I mean? You just gotta go through it, and when you go through it,
and then in the end, you can say bump them. But listen, you can say bump them without having without being resentful, because at the end of the day, you still have children that you have to raise, and that takes two mature adults, that can come together and do that.
I definitely agree with
Another thing, and I can only speak for myself with this particular statement. When you have those that haven't ever paid a dime in child support in years, as long as your daughter has existed on this earth, nothing's been paid. And matter of fact, they'll report their jobs.
Hold on, Tasha. I'm calling 911 on this nigga right now.
No. Listen, and then it's a situation where they're so immature, where they're like, since you won't be in a relationship with me, you won't marry me, then I will continue to not be a part of my seed's life, because of I'm dealing with that kind of mess. And still, like, I don't talk down about him. I don't, spread rumors about him. I'm not on Facebook talking about, oh, my baby daddy ain't, So again, I go through like I said, there has literally been not one payment that I've ever received in 7 years. And even when they did decide to report their 2 jobs that they had recently, right before the payments were extracted from their checks, they quit both jobs.
Good.
Now they have a new address, so they're moving around. They're not in consistent areas. They're traveling and doing things. And here I am looking at this beautiful little girl. Yeah. And I'm still saying, Mama got you. Yeah. I'm gonna figure this thing out, and if that means it's gonna be me and you to the end of the earth, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make sure you are well taken care of. I thank God for my family. I literally have the best support system in the world. Yeah. Shout out to the Williams family, y'all. Y'all are the best, for real. Yeah, seriously, it really takes a village to raise a child. Yeah. But I will say this too. Even if you slip up and you don't think before you act, and you act on a situation that ends up being very childish and petty as far as the baby mother is concerned, then men got to take more control of the situation and say, I want joint custody. I'm going to figure out what I need to do to get joint custody. That way I don't have to keep giving you a lot of my money that I'm working so hard for, because I see that you're not working. You're not trying to get out here and provide for these kids. You sitting down on the couch every day, and I go out and work every day, and you get a check from me every month because of it. So you do have some scenarios like that, and when you do have those situations, then you just simply say, as a father, I'm going to do whatever I need to do. I'm going to go to court 5-6 times in this month, go back to these court proceedings, whatever I gotta do to get joint custody. That is what my aim and goal will be ultimately.
I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that. But that take money. But I got joint custody, so therefore I'm just speaking for the people that don't.
Exactly.
So therefore, you know what I mean? Like, when you feel like the odds is against you, and you know what I mean, and therefore, and I'm gonna be honest, like, men these days, and especially if you're African American man that didn't graduate, or if you did graduate and you didn't go to college, females is your female is has potential to make more money than you, period. So therefore, the person who you fighting, either you might be fighting somebody that's good, but if you fight somebody that ain't nothing like that, she's going to fight you to the death, because you paying her is how she survived. But then you might have a female who you make some money, but she make more money than you, and you find her just because she know what she can get out of you, and you won't be able to survive if she get what she can get, and she's smart enough to know that she can get this. You know what I mean? So you know, so it's all about the person who's going through the situation. Right. But at the end of the day, it's about the kid. But you can't. It's like one thing I don't do. I don't really not nobody's. You know what I'm saying? They situation, because I'm like, at the end of the day, this man might not be mature enough to understand what he's doing. He might figure it out 10 years later. You know what I'm saying? This dude right here, he probably done said, okay, I know if I quit this job right now, ain't nothing she can do to me. But guess what? He's not going to make the money that he's making unless he's hustling and grinding, doing some under the table, working the scheme to get her out of something. But he would never really be comfortable or stable unless he still has a woman who's out here doing things. She's working, and therefore he can hide up under her and make his money, and therefore then he will be able to beat the system. You know what I mean? So some dudes,
that sounds exactly like my personal situation. It has been exactly that.
You know 100%. What I'm saying? But if you're a fair person and he's not trying to come at it like that, then he just don't care. Because a fair person, if I can beat the system, and she be like, oh well, if you just give me this. If he can't come at you with nothing and he trying to beat the system, then at the end of the day, he don't care. And
I mean, I've literally tried on every level to be mutual. I've even said, the last agreement I made with him was, I will drop all the support if you just help me pay for her private school. Yeah. If you help me get her into some private school, and I'll even do you one better. Just pay $100 towards it. I'll pay the $200. Damn. So I'll pay the bigger amount. You pay the lesser amount, and then you won't have that thousands of dollars in the rears that you owe. We can just square it off that way. I mean, I literally have tried everything as a mature woman to try to, again, make this even kill for my daughter's sake. But you know, ultimately, you can't force somebody to be a parent. You can't make them love their kid. I mean, actions tell you, you know, the truth of a person, whether they ever say anything or not. So my daughter told me, the last thing she told me was, Mom, as long as I have you, I'm fine. Then that told me, okay, then I'm good. I won't press the issue of you know, him being a part of, like I was pressing it before. I've tried, Lord knows, I've tried to be mutual. I've even tried to make deals, even tried to arrange for just, you know, seeing her twice a week in a public area. You know, so I've tried everything I could in my willpower, but you can't change a person's mind. If they don't want to be there, they don't want to be responsible, they don't want to be a father to their child, their responsibility, then it's nothing you can do. And
I'm gonna say this, and it's not just for this subject, but for a lot of subjects.
Right.
A lot of people who really can't cope with what's happening, they just tone all the way out.
Yeah, they shut down.
Yeah, and when they shut down, but at the end of the day, they still know, but they shut down, bitch, just because you can't even when you shut down, you still gotta go look at yourself in the mirror. You know what I mean? And just because he ain't dealing with the child, still don't remember what reason why y'all broke up or whatever. So it's like it's like this. When karma come back, you know what I mean? I don't even like saying karma, but at the end of the day,
you reap what you sow.
Yeah, you reap what you sow. You know what I mean?
That,
you know what I mean? So therefore, that might be something that hung him. You know what I mean? And then,
I've made peace with it. So you know, plenty of crying, nights of crying, seeing, you know, other children with their fathers, and my daughter constantly asking me, mommy, you know, where's my dad? You know, why is my dad not here? You know, that really used to make me tear up, you know.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Little homie, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say little homie because shit, he might be older than me. But at the end of the day, if you really love your child and you really was about that, then you gotta be about that now. And I say that to any man, and shit, I know me, I might argue with her. We might have our little situations, but we always come back to that round table.
And I wish it was like that,
yeah,
but
we come back to that round table.
Yeah, I could never experience that, even when I tried.
If she don't come back to the round table, I'm gonna grab her and pull the
well,
round table.
you handle things.
Because we going to the round table. You know what I mean? For real.
Yeah, I don't have time for it. Like I figured, this person is a lot older than me. They definitely know better. You're not, a child in the mind. You know better. You knew better enough when you laid down with me. So then you should know better enough to take care of the responsibility that comes with that.
He OG'd.
And so, yeah, it's one of those tough subjects. But keep in mind, viewers, that with every situation in life that you go through, even if you are one of the ones that have the other person that you were dating, but you have children with them and they're doing spiteful things and they're being immature, they're being petty, you have to make a peace with it at some point. Even if they never get it together, even if they continue to be childish and irresponsible, at some point you have to be the adult in the situation and make peace in yourself enough to say, whatever he does, whatever she does, it doesn't bother me. It's not going to get to me. When I see my kid's face, this is all that matters to me. And again, like he just said, you reap what you sow. So there's a bigger judge up above that you have to answer to. And there is, what I always say, whatever you put out is what you get back in return. It's just like a farmer. If you plant corn, if you plant squash, if you plant pumpkin seeds, that is what you're going to reap. You're not going to reap cabbage from planting carrots. You're not going to reap watermelons from planting apple trees. So at the end of the day, just know that when you put something out in the universe, it definitely is going to find its way back to you. So you have to make a peace with whatever that situation is, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. Just make a peace with it.
And I look at things like this because I done been in situations too, and like me, you ain't gonna be able to say something to me and think I ain't gonna come back and say something to you, and I'm gonna say something to you that I'll make sure it's gonna hit you. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when the kids are involved, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, just like you say what you gotta say. But at the end of the day, as long as you know that y'all come together and make sure these babies is alright, that's what the baby mama and baby daddy drama thing is about for the show. You know what I mean? Because I done been in situations like it'll never be perfect, but as long as you can,
you're trying.
Yeah,
has to be an effort on both sides. If there's effort, after a while, y'all gonna get it together.
Jesus,
I'm just saying, it's just gotta be an effort on both sides. Another thing too is, and a part of, again, making peace with it is when they're throwing their shots at you, ugly shots, BB gun shots, whatever type of shotgun shots.
I throw shots. I ain't gonna lie, I throw some shots sometimes.
Shotgun shots. Just remember, you have to make peace with it and be mature enough to ignore it and overlook it. And I'm gonna tell you why. I had a friend, we talk a lot, and they were just letting me know about the shots and the indirect statements and the text messages and stuff. I told them, I said, stop reacting to them. They want a reaction out of you. They want you to get upset. They want to get you out of your cool. They want to make you mad. They want to see you sweat. So you got to be mature enough to not allow it to bother you. And it don't happen overnight. Understand, especially when you are quick-tempered like me. It don't happen overnight. It takes plenty of praying. It takes plenty of meditating. It takes plenty of help me, God, because I can't do this by myself. So it's really going to take a level, a step of maturity on your part to be the bigger person and say, despite the shots, despite, all the immature statements and comments and text messages, I'm going to be mature enough to not even give you a response. I'm going to tell you something. My grandmother told me this before she passed. It makes somebody mad to their core when they cannot get you to respond the way they want you to. They know when they say certain things, they expect a certain reaction out of you.
True.
They already know kind of like in the area or the vicinity of what you're going to say and how you're going to react to that statement. You cannot feed it with fuel. So the only way you can kill it is to not reply, not respond, and not feed into the negativity, because it's all positive vibes. Yeah. All right, so just keep that in mind, and you know. Yeah,
that's true.
Right.
All positive vibes.
All positive vibes.
You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? But it's like this. How I am is like this. I shoot a shot when I feel like a shot need to be shot. You know what I mean? So therefore, if it's like this, I'm used to person getting shot at. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if I shoot one, I ain't just shoot. I'm gonna learn the whole clip, because that's what I do. I don't let nobody just do things to me, and when I come for you, I come for you. And so therefore, it is what it is. So everything that she's saying, so if you don't get a response, if I don't get a response from somebody, at least I know I unloaded the whole clip. You ain't see it, but you heard it. You read it. Good day.
So again, y'all, we love you. I can't, and this man done got up off the couch. We love y'all. We thank you for supporting and watching. Remember to subscribe down here below on the screen to your right hand corner. Subscribe, and also click the notifications as well, so you can make sure that every time we load a video, you'll be notified instantly. Okay? Also, make sure you hit our Patreon link over here to the right upper hand corner of the video slot and contribute, you know, donate, you know, support. It's all positive vibes here, y'all. Again, this is season 2.
Season 2.
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
And we out here.
Hey, hold on. Hey, I'm calling the police on all these deadbeat daddies.